Hi girls, yesterday I introduced for you this lesson, which is rational exponent and radicand, and I introduced for you the first part, and then I was telling you that the main goal from this lesson, rewrite expressions involving radicals and rational exponent. So the basic idea, we are going to exchange from the radicals, which is this form, which is if we have something like this, for example, the cubic root of x, we are going to exchange it into exponential form, which is x to the power rational 1/3. So that's what we discussed in the beginning yesterday. Also, I tried to show you what is the meaning of that. The meaning of this one exactly the same as this one. So also I was telling you, if you have, for example, 3x all this to the power or the cubic root, so that is equals to 3x all of this one to the power 1/3. You can distribute, that will be 3 to the power 1/3 x to the power 1/3. So that's the idea. Let's continue on our lesson. Yesterday I introduced this for you, this part, which was very easy to find by calculator or even without calculator, which is by finding the prime factorization. So here also we finished this problem, which was introduction for our lesson. But the main goal was here from starting from this key concept, which is what I was telling you. If you have, this is exactly the same example that I gave you. If you have, for example, let's say, for example, a to the power, I'm going to give you example to make it easier. So if I have, for example, a to the power 1/4, that is equals to the fourth root of a, the fourth root of a. While, for example, if I have, for example, a to the power, let's say, for example, 5/, for example, let's say 4, that is equals to a to the power 5, all this, 5, all this to the fourth root. You can also just put the 5 outside. You can say the fourth root for a, all this to power 5. You can change that. Why I can say that? Because I know that 5/4, that is equals to 1/4 times 5. So since I know this, that means I can rewrite this one into, let me erase. Since I know this idea, I can rewrite this one into a to the power 5, all this to the power 1/4, or the opposite. You can write the opposite, 1/4 inside and 5 outside. So that's the main meaning from the this key concept. Keep in your mind, the denominator will be the degree of the root, while the numerator will be the regular power that you have. Let's get started. I discussed with you yesterday this one, which was very easy to convert from into radical form. I already have the exponential form. We can say that this is the exponential form. You can just easily change it into the radical form because the 12 already 12 outside. There is no parentheses. A to the power 2 and outside the cubic root, which is, that's what I wrote. 3, the denominator, I wrote it the degree of the root. 2, I wrote it the regular power that I have. The problem was maybe here. Yesterday, I was telling you that what did I do yesterday? I made the factorization for 64, which was 64. Once you make the factorization, you will find that you will multiply 2 6 times by itself. That's what I did yesterday. So I could say yesterday that will be 2 to the power 6a, and then I did yesterday that is 4 over 5. We can just write all this. We can distribute the 5, so, and say that this is the 5th root. That's what I did yesterday. 2 to the power 6a, all this to the power 4. So, and then I distributed with you. That's what I did. I'm not going to repeat it, but I think the result was 16 yesterday. That's what I did. The 5th root, 16 inside a to the power 4. Or you can say that that's the answer. Or this is equivalent if you say a, all this, not 4 here, 2. So that's what we did. Maybe some of you, they couldn't understand the idea well. I would like to tell you what the book did, but why I'm doing the prime factorization and tell you the basic idea. So what the book did here, they first of all just separate the 64 into 36 and 2. But why they did that? Because they know that 32, it is 2 to the power 5. It is 2 to the power 5. That's what they did. But why I did the prime factorization, and I got exactly the same result yesterday. But the only difference that I did yesterday I wrote 16, the 5th root. You can go back and see what did I do yesterday if you want to go back. That's the only thing that I did, which is I distributed this 4, which is correct. So what the book was looking for, or want to change this one into a power. You can simplify it with 1 over 5. I mean, I will try to find a number here when I multiply, when I will find a number that I can divide it by 5. So that's why the book did this way. So the book did this way, and then just distribute the power. But my question is, can you always guess these two numbers that will help you? No, not always. That's why I'm telling you I use the prime factorization. So you can do that. I will show you in the coming questions. So 32 times 2a, that's exactly the same as 64. Then I distributed this power for all of them, for this part and for this part. Then I exchange this one alone into 2 to the power 5. All this to the power 4 times 5. You learned in the previous lessons what to do with this one. This is a power raised to another power, so you can just multiply them. So that is will be 2 to the power 4. Then the remaining is this one. So once you have this one, which is 16, then all this to the power 5 to a to the power 4. Let me show you what will I gonna do. That's basic and easy. Just exchange each to the power 5. This one also easy. 5 outside, there is no parentheses. Then the cubic root. I can say that's x to the power 1. X to the power 1, it's exactly the same thing if I don't write the 1 here. The problem is here. I need to fix this number. I need to write it into prime factorization so I can simplify it with this power that I have. Let's do that. Let me do the 54 first. I'm going to do my prime factorization. So that is by 2. That is will be 27. Again, that is will be by 3. That is will be 9. 3 will give you 3, then 3. That means 54 the factorization for 54 is equals to 2 times 3 to the power how much? 1, 2, 3 to the power 3. I'm going to take this one and exchange. I'm going to exchange this one here. So I'm going to write that is 3. I will change the order to the power 3 times 2 to the power 1. Why? I did not do anything. I just changed the factorization for this one. All this to the power 2 over 3. Nice. What will I gonna do next? I'm going to change the color for you. I'm going to distribute this power for all of them. So if I distribute the power for all of them, that is will be the first one, 3 to the power 3. All this to the power 2 over 3 times 2 to the power 2 over 3. Or let me keep these two together. Y 2 to the power 3. Let me erase the part that I don't want it. Then, as you can see here, 3 times 2 over 3, which is very easy to simplify. So I can simplify this. That is will be 3 to the power 2. So here, that's so easy to simplify. There is no root here. There is no radical for this one because the power here is rational. The power here is integer number. So while this one I can change it, yes, I can do something with this one. I can say that is the cubic root, 3 outside, then inside I have 2y, all this to the power 2. Next, I can simplify this one easily, which is 9, the cubic root, 4, distribute your power, y to the power 2. So that's the idea. If you still did not get miss, but you might ask, there is might question come to you. Why miss you group these two numbers together? And you group this one together. You distributed the power like that. Why did you distribute it like this way? Yes, I can answer you. I distributed this way because I noticed that I can simplify this power with this power like this. So I can have the power here not rational. If I have the power is not rational power, that means it will be outside the radical form. That's why I distributed this alone. I kept this one alone. That's the reason. Let me give you more exercises before I move. I'm sure 100% you can deal with this one easily, which is by saying that this is the cubic root. So the denominator of your power will be the degree of your root. Then a to the power, the denominator will be your regular power. That's it. Same thing with this one. You can just easily make it by saying that this is the fourth root, which is z to the power 3. Here is the question. Here, what am I supposed to do? Before I do anything, before I distribute, before I do anything, what is 98? 98, I can make my prime factorization for this one. So once I divide this one by 2, I'll get 49. 49, I have to divide it by 7. 7 by 7, and then 7, and then 1. So the factorization for 98 is what? It is equals to 2 times 7 to the power 2. Let me write what I wrote here instead of 98. So I'm going to write 7 to the power 2 times 2d. I did not do anything. I just changed this 98 into the same value. All this to the power 1/2. Again, I realized now here, this power with this power I can remove them together. So I'm going to distribute my power. I will group this one together. I will group this one together. So I'm going to say that is 7 to the power 2. All this to the power 1/2. And then I will keep these 2d. All this to the power 1/2. So that is easily will be 2 times 1/2. This will be 7. While this one, I can write it in the radical form that they want, which is this, the square root 2d. So that's the idea. Now, let's make more problems. Let's make this one also. So 64, we also did it before. We did it once we do the prime factorization for this one. It was 2 to the power 6 and b all this to the power 3/4. Now, I cannot remove the 4 directly if I have this. What am I supposed to do? You must ask yourself. I'm not removing anything. Is there anything I can do? Can I separate this into 2 to the power 4? 2 to the power 2. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Why I can do that? We learned in the previous lessons that if I have the same base, I'm adding the power. So if I have the same base like this, if I add their powers, I will get 6, which is exactly the same thing. B, all this to power 3/4. Very nice. I can distribute my power now. So again, I will keep this one alone. I will group this one alone. So that will be 2 to the power 4, all this to the power 3/4 times all this 2 to the power 2 times b all this to the power 3/4. Now you can easily just remove this 4 with this 4. So you will say that this is 2 to the power 3, which is easy to find, times the 4th root of all this story, which is 4b, and then all this to the power 3, as we did in the basic thing here. That is the basic thing, which is the easiest thing. Now this one, that's what I did, exactly same thing here. This 3 for what I have here, all of this inside. Now you can keep this part as it is. If you want to distribute, no problem. But this part 2 to the power 3, you have to calculate it, which is will be 8 for the 4th root. Here you can say you can say 4 to the power 3. You can say, which is 64. You can say that is, this is 64, b to the power 3. I'm going to solve with you more exercises to make sure that you understand the idea. Please try to solve them and practice them. So make sure that also you distinguish the difference between this one, 18, and between 24. So this one, since there is no parenthesis, that means the 18 is outside. So that will be immediately 18, the 4th root b to the power 1. So you should not write it. I'm going to solve with you same thing. This one and this one, these are easy and basic because this root here, or the radical form will be here outside. The 25 is outside. So that is equals to 25 the squared root of x. Here, 27 the cubic root a to the power 2. This one, I have to work on it. What is 24? Let's do 24 here. 24 divide by 2 will be 12. 12 by 2 will be 6. By 2, it will be 3. By 3, it will be 1. So the prime factorization here for this one will be 2 to the power 3 times 3. See, all this to the power 2 over 3. Now I can group these together and this one together. That is 2 to the power 3. Why? Because 2 over 3 times 3, it will be 2 only, which is I can make it integer, or I can say whole number. So 2 over 3. And I have here 3c, all this to the power 2 over 3. Now simplify this. You will say this is 2 to the power 2. Then you will have will be the cubic root 3c, all this to the power 2. Finally, that will be 4 the cubic root. This should be small index here. That will be 3 to the power 9c to the power 2. So I did with you this one, this one, this one, and we did this one, we did this one, and this one exactly the same idea, so I'm not going to solve it. So we did this one, we also did this one, and this one. Finally, let's make this one easy, because this one easy, because 5 to the power 2, that will give me 25, x to the x, all this to the power 1 over 2, so that is equals to 5 the square root of x. Now we are going to do the opposite. If we are trying to find the opposite, so we will gonna say exactly same thing. So I just want to check the time. So if I have here if I need to do the opposite, if I have the radical form, I need to find the exponential form. Basically, that's easy. B to the power a fraction. This power will be 3 in the denominator, 5 in the denominator. Same thing with this one. So that will be 27 d to the power 5. Remember, this power 5, it is only for this d. It is not for both of them because there is no parenthesis. While this radical form, it's for all of them. So that will be all this to the power 1/3. So that is equals to 27, sorry. 27, you know what is 27? You know that 3 times 3 times 3, it is times 3, it's 27. So that is 3 to the power 3, d5. Now, you can easily distribute your 1/3. Once you distribute your 1/3, that is 3 to the power 3. All this to the power 1/3. D to the power 5, all this to the power 1/3, which is equals to, here, that will be 3, d to the power 5 over 3. You need to focus, what do I need from you in the question? I need the exponential form. That means I need to have it, this one, as an exponent, not radical form like this. This is the radical form. So just keep this in your mind. But you will do exactly the same idea here once you simplify the numbers. So make sure if you have numbers, make the prime factorization. Prime factorization will help you to figure it out. Let's do the exercises. This is basic and easy. S to the power 2 over 3. This one, 12 outside, so I'm fine with that. X to the power 4 in my numerator, 3 in my denominator. I'm done. Nothing to simplify. Here, 4 to the power y, all this to the power 5. So that will be 5 here because it's for both of them. That is will be 4 over 2. If there is nothing here, that means it's the square root. The square root, we can write it like this and we can write it without sign here. It will be the square root like this. This is the square root, which is 2. Now I can distribute. I know what is 2. 2, it is 2 to the 4. It is 2 to the power 2. Y, and all this to the power 5 over 2. I can distribute now. That is will be 2 to the power 2. All this to the power 5 over 2. Y to the power 5 over 2. That is will equals to 2 to the power 5, y to the power 5 over 2. You can easily calculate this one, which is will equals to 32, y to the power 5 over 2. Now here we need to make the factorization. For 205, 6, I'm going to make the prime factorization. First of all, I will start by 2. So 256 divided by 2, it will be 128. Divided by 2 again, which is will be 64. So 64 by 2, it will be 32. 32 by 2, it will be 16. So 16 by 2 again will be 8. 8 by 2, 4, 2, 2, and 2, which is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is will be 2 to the power 8, a to the power 8, all this, because all this under or inside the radical, so that is 4. Now I can distribute this, so that is will be 2 to the power 8, all this to the power 1/4, a to the power 8, all this to the power 1/4. So that is equals to 2 to the power. You know how to calculate this. 8 over 4, it is 2. Again, that is 8 to the power 2 also. So that is equals to 4a to the power 2. Make sure that you write all things that I'm saying here. Let's do more exercises to make sure that you understand the idea. So that is a to the power 3 over 5. This one, exactly same thing, but I'm going to change this 8 into 2 to the power 3. Remember, this is x, all this to the power 2, and I'm going to change it immediately over 3. So that is equals to, I'm going to distribute my power. So 3, all this 2 over 3, x to the power 2 over 3. So that is equals to 2 to the power 2. I should not repeat and tell you now why it is like that. You know that is a 3 times 2 over 3, you can just simplify them. And this is a power raised to another power, so you are going to multiply the powers. I'm not repeating this part now. X to the power 2 over 3. So that is 4, and that is x to the power 2 over 3. If I need the exponential form, that this is the exponential form. I'm going to solve for you even this one, 36. So 36, I'm going to do the prime factorization for 36. If I divide it by 2, I will get here 18. If I divide this one by 2, I will get 9. 9, I cannot divide it definitely by 2. I will divide it by 3. So that is a 3. So 3 and then 1. So that is will be 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power. You cannot also here, you don't need, because you know that this is 6 to the power. 36 is easy number, and I have power 2. You can say that is 6 to the power 2 x, all this to the power 2. So once you distribute, you will have 6 1/2, 1 over 2. Once you distribute 1 over 2, you will have 6 x to the power 1 over 2. So that is easy. Even if you try to do it by this way, you will get exactly the same thing. So here we have 2c to all this to the power 4 over 2. So that is equals to, because this one I can simplify it, it will be 2c. Look how math changing. That is will be 2. So that is equals to 2 to the power 2 is 4. C to the power 2. You can easily find it. Next, I know what is this. This is a 3. We did it many times. A 3 to the power 2. I'm going to change for you the color, because I don't want to confuse you this one with this one together. So that is will be 3 to the power 3 C2, all this to the power from this radical form 1/3. Once you distribute your power, you will have a 3, or let me write one more step for you. 3 and 1/3 c to the power 2 over 3. So that is will be 3 c to the power 2 over 3. This one, x immediately to the power 3 over 4. That is basic. So that's most the question, by the way. This one, we just did the factorization for 256. It was 2 to the power 8. Let's use it again. So 2 to the power 8, 8 to the power 3, all this to the power 4. So once you rewrite this one, you will get 2 to the power 8, 8 to the power 3, all this to the power 1/4. So that is, once you distribute your power, you will have 2 to the power 2, a to the power 3 over 4. So that is 4 a to the power 3. Keep in your mind, always the power should be small and up. But I usually face difficulty once I write here because I'm writing by the mouse. So this one and this one, exactly the same idea. So I'm going to solve only one from them. So let me solve this one because there is a small space under it. So that is will be 2 to the power 3, b to the power 5. Don't say, miss, why it's 2 to the power 3? I know that 8 is equals 2 times 2 times 2. That's 4. 4 times 2, that's 8. That's why I'm writing like this. All this to the power 1/3. So here we have 2 to the power 3 times 1/3, it will be 2. B to the power 5/3. So that's for this part. Let me move to the last part that we have. The last part that we have, we don't have to we don't have to do anything else. We just need to substitute and using the radical expression. For example, if we have a relationship here, and this relationship which is help you to estimate the metabolic rate, and the other things that you have is the mass of the body. So what you will gonna do, all your job, it just you will substitute the mass, which is that given by kilogram, in the expression that you have here. So then do it by the rest by calculator. So estimate. That's what they said. We have to estimate it. So the R, which is the rate that we have, which is equals to 73.3. The fourth root of M, and instead of this M, I will put 18. All this to the power 3. Just do your calculation by calculator and then put for me the number that you have. Once you do the calculation by calculator, you will get 640.55, which is you can estimate it into 640, or because this is 5, you can estimate it to the less, or you can estimate it into 641, both correct. So this is the idea from this part. Let me move to the next part. We are going to use exactly the same root, which is the metabolic rate. So we are going to use the metabolic rate that given in the example, which is by using substituting the mass 75. So if you are trying to do the same thing, please remember the order of operation. R is equals to, that's what they gave me, 73.3. Then they gave us the fourth root of M, which is 75M to the power 3. So I must make the power 3 here. You can, if you want, if you feel that this will confuse you, you can just do it in the exponential form, which is by saying 75 all this to the power 3/4. So you can just do it and just calculate it. And then once you calculate it, you can directly just write your result, which is about 1,868. So that's the idea from this part. Let me give you more related exercise, which is this one. If we have n given by the chips, what was the number of chips here? If you have the number of chips, which is 250, all your job, you are going to substitute it here. So you are going to say it's 120 equals to the cubic root. We can say the cubic root times 250. Please don't forget that there is power here, to the power 2 plus 1,300. So you can just calculate all this result by calculator and just write the answer, which is equals to 6,062.2. or 0.2. So here I can do with you more exercises because you are going to have something similar, and I wrote for you. These are very important exercises. You don't scared girls if you have something like this. but you need to focus that between them subtraction. So you cannot do anything with them if you don't have them like terms. So for the first one, they are asking you to write each one in the exponential form. So to do that, so that is equals to the first term that I have, it's b to the power 2 over 3. While the other one here is power 1, so that means I can say that is b to the power 1 over 3. Just like that, you are done. You cannot do anything else more than that. You just have to keep it like this. For question 44, 3 outside. Just leave it 3 outside. A to the power, the exponential form, 3 over 4. As I said, 3, the one that inside, write it in the denominator of your power. And 4 is in your denominator in the power. Minus 2a to the power 3 over 4. Now, in this case, girls, you notice that. Please focus. Please focus. A and A exactly same. Powers are same. That means they are like terms. Same power, same variable. That means I can add them, I can subtract them. So 3a to the power something minus 2, so that is will be a. You can subtract them. I could subtract them here because they are like terms. So that is 3 over 4. I'm going to continue. Remember, since here between the multiplication, look what will I gonna do. I have y to the power 1/3 times y to the power 1/3 times y to the power 1/3. So since I have same base, I can add the powers if I have between the multiplication. This is multiplication, not subtraction like this. Please don't confuse between subtraction and multiplication. So since I have between the multiplication, I can add the powers. So once you add all the powers, you will get a 3 over 3, which is equals to 1. So y to the power 1, which is equals to y. Now for this one. That's exactly the same idea that I did. I know that 9, it is 3 to the power 2. X, all this to power 1/4. I forgot to write 2. I will write it immediately like this here. So that will be this 2 over 4. 2 over 4. Plus, same thing with 625. I don't know if I did it here somewhere. I don't know if no, I did not do it. I will do it here now. So 625. Since I have the first digit here that I have it, 5. That means I can divide by 5. Once I divide by 5, I will get 125. Again, you can divide by 5 since the first number is 5. So that will be 25. By 5, you can say it's a 5. From this step, it's easy. And then by 5, it is 1. So that is 5 to the power, sorry, that is 5. 5 to the power 4. So that is 5 to the power 4. Y to the power 3. All this to the power 1/4. I hope you know what I'm doing. I just exchanged this one into the factorization. Now I can distribute my power. But before I do that, I can simplify this one into 3 to the power 2 x. I will simplify the power itself, which is it will be 1 over 2. And it will be easier to deal with. Plus, here I can distribute it directly. 5 to the power 4 to the power 1/4, it will be 5. Y to the power 3 times 1/4, it will be to the power 3 over 4. I just need to calculate my work here. 3 to the power 2 and 1/2, it will be 3. X to the power 1/2. plus 5y to the power 3 over 4. The last two remaining problems, I'm going to solve them also. Let me erase this one. So I'm going to solve this here, and then I will solve this one here. So here we have this one, I can exchange it into 2 to the power 3, b to the power 5, all this to the power 1/3, because I have the cubic root because of this one, minus 256, we just did it also before, 226, which was 2 to the power 8. So this is 2 to the power 8. A to the power 3. All this to the power 1/4. Now distribute your power. Once you distribute your power for this one, that is will be 2 b to the power 5 over 3 minus 2 to the power 8 and 1/4. So that is will be 2 to the power 2 and a to the power 3 over 4. Remember, these are not like terms, so you can simplify. You cannot simplify. I can just make this 4. 2 to the b to the power 5 over 3 minus 4a to the power 3 over 4. The last one that I will do is this one. 2c, remember there is parentheses for all of them to the power 4. So that is 4 to the power here 2 plus 6 over 3, c to the power 6 over 3. So that is will be, I can rewrite this one into 2c, all this to the power 2, which is very easy to deal with, plus 6 over 3, c to the power 2. So that is will be, when I distribute the power, 4c to the power 2 plus c squared. Now you have like terms, girls. You have to focus on that. C to the power 2 and c to the power 2. Same variable, same power. So 4 plus 1, it is 5, c squared. That's the idea from this lesson. That's all things that I have for this lesson. So good luck, girls. Wish for you all the best. And please don't forget to do your homework. Please don't forget to do your homework for 7/5. So your homework for 7/5 should be done Wednesday. March. That's your homework. Please, if you have any question or any problem you couldn't understand it in the lesson, please make sure that you ask about it. So just before I move, in my last minute for question 10, is this equals to 4? Now, I can say that this is 4 to the power 1/3 over 2 minus 2. Can I say this is equals to 4? Definitely no, I cannot say. This is not equals to 4. Why? They are not like term to do. Also, let me rewrite it again. I feel there is something wrong. So first of all, let's rewrite this one into 2 to the power 2, right? All this to the power 3 over 2. Why I'm doing that? I just exchange this number into 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 2, sorry, and this 3 over 2, that's what I have here. Minus the square root of 4, I know it, it is 2. Now, that will be, I can simplify it together, so that is will be 2 to the power. Here, I can have it to the power 3 minus 2. So that is equals to 8 minus 2. So that is equals to 6. Is it equals to 4? No. So the answer is no. And explain, this is the explanation. So that's the end of my lesson. Good luck, girls. Bye.